Hello, my little grains of sand, and welcome back to Sketchbook Thoughts, where I share my thoughts on something while you watch me draw. This is part 3 of the series of my review of Clone Wars Season 7, so let's jump right in. Okay, in the episode Old Friends Not Forgotten, totally makes up for the mess that was Ahsoka's arc, and the really annoying sisters. We were greeted with something really cool. Instead of the fast Clone Wars title, we have the classic John Williams version from the original trilogy. Really makes you think you're watching a Star Wars movie instead of a TV show, especially when they brought up the music score by Kevin Kinder in the mix. Really gets you hyped up. These changes really help set the mood to what is to come. Badass action, lots of tears, and heart-wrenching moments. So the episode starts of the Battle of Urbana, where the 212th are having some trouble. But then we have Anakin committing another war crime and pretending to surrender. One of my favorite parts is when we see the 501st hanging at the bottom of the bridge.
R2, how much longer are we stuck down here? Great, I'll tell the boys. All right, men, hang in there a little longer. Yes, sir.
Nice. This scene is awesome. It really shows the dynamic of Anakin and Obi-Wan, and of course their relationship with the clones. It's the best way to open the arc. I got so excited when Admiral Yularen informed the two Jedi of an incoming transmission from someone using the code Fulcrum. I knew automatically it was going to be Ahsoka. I was like, yes, finally, my girl is back in action. Now to heart-wrenching moment number 1, when Lady Bo-Katan tries to convince Obi-Wan to help them by mentioning the murder of Satine by Darth Maul. When Bo-Katan mentioned that, I was like, oof. But of course, Obi-Wan says he will not let his feelings cloud his judgment and will leave the decision to be made by the Jedi Council. Even though we all knew Satine was the love of Obi-Wan's life. This sucks. This is a very big character moment here for both Obi-Wan and Anakin, as Obi-Wan wants to keep his emotions in check, while Anakin prefers to help on the spot. It's a good setup for Anakin's transition to becoming Vader, as we know Anakin wants to do what he thinks is right instead of what the Jedi Council think is right. Which to some degree, I kinda agree with him. As much as I think the Jedi are cool, I wouldn't be a good one myself. I like my attachments. Anyway, I love how big brotherly dork Anakin becomes when he sees his own Padawan again. While Ahsoka just wants to get down to business instead of catching up, Anakin, another big character moment, which shows Anakin's huge attachment to Ahsoka, which is another stone set to him becoming Vader. For Ahsoka, we can see she still cares for her former master, as he was like a big brother to her, but we can still see she keeps her emotions in check and focuses what's going on in the present. Time for a heart-wrenching moment number 2. When some of the 501st paint Ahsoka's face markings on their helmets, I was smiling like a huge dork the whole scene. I love the reunion with Ahsoka and Rex. I thought it was just as touching as Ahsoka seeing Anakin. It shows that the clones still respect Ahsoka and insisting on still calling her commander despite Ahsoka saying that they didn't have to. Anakin explains that the clones don't care if Ahsoka wasn't a Jedi or not. They know what she went through for them.
Loyalty means everything to the clones.
That line gave me chills. It's a great foreshadowing for what we know is going to come, but still gives us false hope that there might be a happy ending. Okay, now Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith intermix, as Coruscant is being attacked by General Grievous, and Anakin and Obi-Wan are off to save the Chancellor. But while that's happening, we see our best girl take half the 501st, now the 322nd, to go after Maul. One of my favorite parts when Rex says that he didn't think to bring Ahsoka a jetpack, and she insisted that she didn't need one, and says she'll race him to the bottom, and that makes Rex smile. I love this moment as it really shows the brother-sister dynamic between them. Of course, I can't forget the best scene of episode 1 of the first arc, the reintroduction of Maul. OMG, so awesome! When Maul's stepping into the light, I'm pretty sure my goosebumps had goosebumps. Alright, time for, in my opinion, the most intense episode in the Clone Wars, The Phantom Apprentice. This one begins not with the usual music, but with a dark, threatening score. Once again, setting the mood for what is to come. The episode starts right where we left off. Ahsoka's first contact with Maul, and him being disappointed that it's not Obi-Wan. Okay, so the 332nd and Bo-Katan's Mandos fight Maul's Mandos and purge the rest of Maul's influence on Mandalore. Ahsoka and Bo-Katan also learn that Maul may have secrets as why this war had started in the first place. This episode keeps you on the edge of your seat, that's for sure. Maul has gotten way more badass since we first saw him in The Phantom Menace. Maul's dark presence in the show really shows the dark side, and how no one is safe from Darth Sidious's manipulation, not even his own apprentices. Okay, heart-wrenching moment number 3.
I'm sorry, Commander.
The clones deserve so much better than what happened to them at the end. Alright, so now next we see Ahsoka talking to Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he's mentioning that Count Dooku is dead. I knew right then and there that we're in Revenge of the Sith territory, one more step closer to what we the Clone Wars fans have been dreading since the beginning. What I thought was interesting was that Obi-Wan mentions from the beginning the Jedi knew that Darth Sidious has started the Clone Wars and was fighting from both sides. I was like, what? You assholes knew and didn't do anything? The frag. The Jedi were becoming less and less appealing by the minute. Next, we get a little heart-to-heart with Ahsoka and Obi-Wan that they never had since he and the Council took part in the convincing of a crime she didn't commit. But at the same time, this shows how much the Jedi has fallen. Like Obi-Wan asking Ahsoka, who the Council basically screwed her over, to talk to Anakin that they send a spy on the Chancellor is a good thing? Wow, I would be mad too if I was her. That line though.
Ahsoka, the Council isn't always right.
Yeah, like that makes all their mistakes okay. Freaking deprived emotionless jerks. In the next scene we can see the flaws of the Republic, illustrating the political conditions that would undo the galaxy as the characters and us the audience knows it. The occupation also yields concern with the Mandalorian citizens as they yell and shout at the clones to leave and that they don't want them there. Rex says to Bo-Katan that they don't want to act as a police force either, that they should find Maul and leave as possible. The ethics of the war have been called out by Maul when he captures the ARC Trooper Jesse by mumbling that they were bred for combat, part of the plan. Another step closer. Maul tortures my poor boy to get info about Ahsoka Tano. This scene reminds the viewers that clones really don't know what's going inside their heads, and that them dying for a pointless war was all part of the plan. Oh, my poor babies. Anyway, when Maul plays the Mando's warrior ego and appeases them by saying, "Die like warriors," and promise them a glorious death to die well and loyal. Yeah, that's cheap, even for Maul. We all know Mandos are very stubborn and will die for what they believe in. Stupid Maul, stupid Mandalorians for putting up with this crap. Alright, all that leads to what is my opinion as the best lightsaber duel in the whole show, between the former Sith Lord and the ex-Padawan. The creators used motion capture Ray Parks reprising his physical as Darth Maul against Fast and Furious 7 stuntwoman Lauren Mary Kim as the motion capture actress for Ahsoka, which I have to say is awesome. It's the most badass fight I've ever seen in Star Wars. My eyes were glued to the screen the whole time. Great choreography, great everything. Both former Force students have come a long way in skill and character development, but the characters all show the embodiment of the dark and light side of the Force and the way they were brought up. Maul trying to control fate by clinging to power, very Sith-like, and for Ahsoka when she says,
"I will help you."
to Maul, it shows the compassion of the light side, that she wants to reach a tragic creature like Maul, but at the same time is cautious and wants to bring justice. Heart-wrenching moment number 4, when Maul tells Ahsoka that Skywalker has been groomed for his role since he was a boy to destroy the Jedi and lead to something else taking the Republic's place. It's heartbreaking, because how can the Jedi, who's willing to go to the end of the galaxy and back for his friends and loved ones, become a killer and a monster? We, the audience, know it's going to happen, but for our main girl Ahsoka, how can she believe it? She can't. When we see Maul finally captured and he's screaming at them to let him die, and they don't know what's coming, I find that really unsettling. I'm not used to seeing a badass villain like Maul. Scared. Another step closer. Shattered. The calm before the storm. The battle is done. Ahsoka's troops and Bo-Katan's Mandalorians have won the battle and captured Maul. Yet, both are not satisfied. Bo-Katan says she wishes she wasn't so good at war. The tone hits hard. This wasn't a victory for them. Not really. Ahsoka mentions that stopping Maul is what the Council wanted, in a very sarcastic tone. I like this scene, as it shows neither are happy about the battle. It shows the sympathetic side of both characters. Seeing the meeting with the other Jedi, knowing it comes right from Revenge of the Sith, is another step closer towards the cliff. What stood out to me is when Mace Windu says they would have to take over the Senate, and Master Yoda responds with,
"To a dark place, this line of thought will carry us."
and I was like, you have no idea. Another thing that really sizzles my lightsaber is when Ahsoka talked to the Council through the holograms and reports her progress to Mace Windu, and he's like rude to her, saying that it's not for citizens to hear. I mean, it's not like she just captured Maul for you assholes out of the goodness of her heart. I was like, bruh. One thing I noticed is that the whole episode so far is unsettling. The whole atmosphere is dark, and it keeps you on edge. Okay, heart-wrenching moment number 5. The conversation between my two favorite characters in the whole show, Ahsoka Tano and Captain Rex. I talk about how the Jedi are supposed to be peacekeepers, not soldiers. That they're training to be Padawans to be soldiers. It really shows how far the war has consumed the Jedi and their ideals. And what's even a really hard truth is that without the war, the clones, some of the most lovable characters ever, would have never existed. Yeah, that's a dark, grim thought if I ever heard it.
Execute Order 66.
Yes, Lord Sidious.
It's here. I know I said I was going to do a 3-part series, but I think Order 66 needs its own video, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. See you, lovelies.